Hello and welcome to All Talk No Dice, the worst excuse for a D&D show you can find online. Before we start, just want to say next week on the 19th of June there will not be a new episode of the Clutches of Valdur, but we are going to be bringing you a pretty fucking awesome space theme one-shot with the addition of a couple of new friends in a new universe that we're very excited to play out. So be ready for that. But from last we left off, the Companions of Fate took time to recharge after a long slog of a fight with the Shape-Changer, finally saving Geralf from its horrible fate. As you all got back together, you all drank and decided on what to do next. Immediately after Terra and Red agreed in how the future should look, Gerald began to rummage through everything in Raylov's bag, hoping to find a solution for Braum and Drimbar. Gerald quickly left to go find them, hopefully still in the buried hole outside the main gates, while Terra, you stayed behind to inspect the items that were laid before you. All the while, Theron wandered over to the keep in hopes of finding aid for his recently dead father's remains. Once reconnecting with Olivia, finding common ground through her new cold exterior, you found Captain Frilly, captain of the Frozen Guard, and sent his halfling legs to run and find a doctor for your allies. You found a very drunk human guard, and then with a quick twist of the ankle and hips, you sent his face plummeting into the hard stone ground. And just in your panic and curiosity, that is when Justice found you. A wimpy looking guard in oversized golden armor approached you and began to try his best to arrest you for the murder of Lord Johann Lustofsson and the drunkard lying dead at your feet. As a self-proclaimed hand of justice, Darius Princeton the Tough continued going back and forth with you, his arm shaking but his voice stoic. You were able to arcanely reach out to Terra and ask for help. As Terra and Red made a nice slow walk across the main bazaar, enjoying the gentle breeze and the calming night sky, they found you with a shock on their faces and slightly helped you deal with Darius. And soon after you pretended to be the god in his head, Red did nothing but try to get you in trouble, and Terra continued walking to the graveyard with the undead guard in tow. Now, with the hand of justice evaded and tricked, as you're all together with the Wanderers and an understanding between Maddie Mucker, Red and Terra, you see Gerald walk through the door as Braum pops his head in before uttering his usual words, before both of them begin holding back a giggle. And this is where we pick it up. So, first off, Gerald.
Yes.
As you leave Terra to look over all the items that you found and out of Raylof's possessions, leaving her to potentially find some kind of answers through the paperwork and the scribbles and doodles and drawings and the different various herbs and leaves, you begin to leave Geralf, and through the open main gates, you begin to trace your steps back to where the buried hole is. Is there anything you'd like to do before you get there?
Did we say before Wanderers were with me, or was that?
Yes.
There's two
yes.
on there. Two.
Oh no, sorry, there's
Goliath
three.
and an
Two Goliaths and one Orc, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, 100 went with you. Yeah.
Any of you know any earth magic?
And you just hear a collective.
Well, we got our work cut out for us anyway. We're going to get to where, of course, Tara has molted earth and just left a small hole essentially under there.
Can you do me a favour? Just roll a survival check for me. Just so you can safely locate the hole.
Is the DM not prepared?
No, the DM's always prepared.
Always prepared. That's why I had the bag of dice right there.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm always prepared.
You didn't see anything.
Gerald.
18.
18. Yes. Okay. It only takes you a solid 15 minutes of pacing up and down one of the large outer walls and the outer structures of Geralf to remember where and be able to locate the very almost invisible mound of snow that is collected over the top of the rest of the sort of bumpy and flat earth. But you and your newly 3 henchmen just wander up, and they just stand there, just staring at this mound of snow.
Right. You 3? We're gonna break through that. Stand clear! And hopefully that those... I'm going to grab out... Yeah, we'll grab out Alistar and then whack at this whole pod to sort of like try and cut and hope that they follow.
Okay. Well, as you say, stand clear. None of them move. They all just turn to look at you. As you... and bring down Alistar. And it goes... into the snow and into the earth, cracking it a little bit. And you see all 3, you see 2 Goliaths and the orc just look at each other. And all 3 just begin roaring and just slamming their axes.
I will dive out of the way.
Yeah, and you see the orc has like this large 2-handed like great hammer and just begins to and just slam repetitively down, kind of packing the earth, but also breaking it as well. So not undoing the work that the 2 Goliaths have been doing with their axes. Roll a athletics check for me, and I'll roll one for those 3. So they rolled a total
14.
of 16. Okay, so all of you together takes us. I mean, Tara, do you remember how many feet down that hole was?
It was quite a chunk. I know I left a breathing gap, so they've got an idea of how.
They got some air. Yeah.
I mean, did you? What's it called? Only cover up the front 5-foot portion, or did you cover the entirety of that hole?
Oh no! I think it was a covered up 5-foot width, and then all the rest they had for. It was just an air route.
Got you. Okay.
So we got to slam through the first 5 foot.
Yeah. So it takes you 5 solid feet of earth.
Notes.
No, it's okay. We'll go with 5 solid feet because it's a lot anyway. I'd say it takes you a good part of about 25 minutes of constant grueling beating of the ground before you get low enough, and as you swing that last Alistar swing down, you notice the earth just like one little hole and crack just falls down, and you see black.
Right, stop. All powers.
Roll an intimidation check for me.
Oh god.
One answer.
13. That's alright.
13. You notice the 2 Goliaths stop and then look at you for a moment. But the orc with his great hammer continues. And he just slamming his hammer down so much that he almost squats down in the dip and slams one hard down into the now frosty, cold, and almost frozen solid earth below. And as it breaks, you see his form just fall down.
Oh shit.
And
I'll try and grab him. He goes.
I mean, he's a lot heavier, but roll a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Okay. At least it's not strength, which is always a good start. 11. It's
11.
getting worse as it goes on.
Let's see if he can roll anything. No, he rolled a 9.
Okay.
He kind of goes to grab up onto the ledge, and at the same time you go to grab his hand, and you just kind of nudge his hand off of the ledge, of the edge of the hole.
I got you.
And you just how deep were we in total?
I want to say probably about 10 foot at least.
Yeah. Okay. All right. He takes 6 points of bludgeoning damage immediately. As you just hear,
and dies there and then.
And you hear the orc just muffled below you. And you hear the hammer
Yep.
just drop to the ground, and you hear that.
Oh God, he's still alive. Don't worry, we're going. And I'm going to scale down the wall.
And just as you scale down, and you very easily, you just front crawl, just
Yeah.
begin to slither down almost with your claws digging into the earth. As the light shines in, you hear that just get louder and louder a little bit, and as your eyes adjust to the dimness inside here, you see Braum is clutching both arms around the orc's head, and just as the light shimmers down and your eyes adjust, you just see Braum and you just hear that
A bit late to say he was friendly then.
I'm fine now. And he leans over, grabbing the great hammer, and just points it to you.
I've missed you. I'm going to just like put his arm down with the great hammer.
And he just finds like a loop on one of his shoulders that, as the end of the great hammer has this like thick leather belt loop, as he just kind of like hangs it off of the large pauldron on one shoulder, just that goes down his back, and it kind of almost firmly sits hung on his back. And you see Braum just begin to wipe his eyes, and you see like just like saliva that is crusted around his lips into part of his beard that is like grown out a little bit more. It doesn't look any less wild than it did before, but you can tell he's definitely just been in a pitch black hole for an entire day, if not a bit more.
Here, I grabbed you a wineskin.
And just before he takes a sip, he just leans over and grabs your shoulder, and it's very comforting just to find that large hand grip your small shoulder. I am so grateful that I have you again.
Oh, you can see.
It is a lot better that I can speak again. You know, it felt like I
a bit more
was...
comprehensible.
I love your charm. And he just like pops you in the shoulder, and it doesn't do any damage, but it definitely just like stings like in the muscle. Like, you know, it was really frustrating. I kept speaking normally, and you all looked at me confused and thought I was speaking gibberish.
Essentially, yes. To us, you were repeating the same sentence over and over again.
What was I repeating?
I died. Now I'm fine. And that was it. That's all we got. Every single word you spoke.
I died. Now I'm fine.
But I'm fine now.
But I'm fine now.
I'm fine. That was it.
We'll get back to that later. What happened? How's everybody?
Well, overall, we've basically saved the city. Somehow, all of the inhabitants have come back from their frozenish state, and they're a bit confused. They don't quite realize 30 years have passed. But, you know.
That's a lot. That's a lot to get out to them. Pop isn't really there still. But how about we go. How about you give me a hand getting his body out of here, and we'll take him back to Rayloff, and we'll take him back to all the others, and we'll all just decide how we can do this.
There is one other bit of news that I've got to prepare you for.
And what is that?
Rayluff did kind of sacrifice himself during the final battle.
It wasn't the little wizard that pushed him to save him, was it?
No, not even close. In a desperation to stop him from getting this magical book, it made so that no one could hurt him. And to stop him from grabbing it, he used his ice power thing, and he froze the other guy in place, but also froze himself in the process.
My cousin breathes no more.
But it was that act alone that let us plunge the final attack.
And he went out fighting.
Incredibly bravely. He was the first one to hit, and just almost the last one to hit.
Good. Do you have any affinity to those two?
Technically, they're hired by us?
So we can do what we want to them.
Oh, very much so, yes.
Very well. I will come down and get Pop-Up in a moment.
And he begins climbing and scaling as best he can up the hole, and as he gets up, you just hear Braum's muffled voice.
Hey, Ugly! Down here!
And you just begin to hear the Goliath. And again, you just hear like starting as a one-on-one combat kind of situation. Then you begin to hear Braum muffle slightly as you hear him pushing off another one and swinging the hammer, and you hear bones just snapping against the broad hammer. You hear Braum at one point,
not even close.
and then just swinging again.
I think you're prepared to start getting Pop ready to move up at one point as well.
Yeah. You listen for about a solid minute. First curious, then understanding, then worry. And then you feel a little bit calmer and knowing what's going on, and you're not too worried as you begin to prep Pop-Pop's body to to lift out of the hole. And are you scaling back up?
How heavy is Pop? Because I know he's small.
He's a dwarf. I'd say it's about 50 pounds. 50, 60 pounds, somewhere around there. He's plump.
I'll tie rope around my waist and then around how could I prepare it? I've got nothing essentially. I'm just gonna have to wrap it around his waist and
just tie it around his neck. Yeah, so around his waist.
Around the waist bit, maybe under the arms.
Okay. Roll a athletics check for me, please.
Okay. Hey, nice. 23.
Nice. Okay, so you begin to scale, and it's a little bit of a tough to get going, just for the initial feeling, the extra weight on you. But after a few more steps, scaling up, you find that, wow, you're a lot stronger than you thought you were in that moment as you continue to scale, taking your time not to let the rope and let Pop-Pop's body swing out at all. And just as you poke your head above the top, you hear no more muffles, no more cries, no more commotion, and instead you see both Goliaths lying dead on the floor, Braum, with the great hammer, just plunged into one of their heads, and you just see him pull the hammer up.
Has the earthquake stopped?
I am so lucky to have you.
Well, go on, give me a hand.
And he puts the hammer back on his back as he grabs your arm and lifts you up and hoists, and he leans over then to grab the rope and pull back. And as soon as you see Pop-Pop's shoulders come up, he lets go of the rope and just grabs onto the shoulders themselves and just yanks up. Just Did we find out any way to help Pop-Pop?
I kinda hoped a little bit that, like you can now speak, he might have been back. Otherwise, I've looked through all of, like bringing out the herbs and stuff. I've looked at all of these herbs and everything. We
Right.
didn't think.
Sorry, just to say, right now you've left everything, all your herbs and everything with Tyra. But
With me, yeah.
Shit, sorry.
So you-
Never mind.
you
I
looked
said
over
we
all the
looked through all
herbs.
the herbs, and we don't. Between us all and the notes, there's nothing that would help him there.
Sorry to add, you do know that we've guessed that it's not through natural means, that
Yeah,
it's
it's
by magical
magical.
means. That's it.
Yeah.
Then we went.
We do think it could be magical. But
Well, we have magical people with us. Surely they can figure it out.
there's a whole lot of magic can do a whole lot of stuff. Someone will know somewhere.
And you see Braun look around the snow-covered wasteland. I don't suppose you remember where our sled went.
Huh. Well, that's going to be a long journey back.
Fine. I will carry him. Come on. And you just see him like pull, like, so Pop-Pop is basically in a like fireman's carry just draped over Braum's broad shoulders. Okay. Now, is there anything else I should know before we get back?
List of her stuff. Theron's sister kind of betrayed us a bit. Not
Did
too
you kill
sure.
her?
She escaped somewhere. Not too sure where she went. What else has happened? So, the group that's of the people that you just killed,
Yes.
we're currently just sort of relaxing around there, so I'd avoid mentioning that. I think
Okay.
the earthquake killed them. But we paid them a lot of platinum, so they are on our side as far as all things are concerned.
Okay, well, thank you for everything. And
I'm
he
glad
just he
just
reaches one
alright.
arm out and just like scoops you in for a big hug.
Mm.
And as your head kind of bundles into his chest, you just hear like his just deep resonant voice in his chest just vibrate against your face as he just holds you. And you really have no idea how happy I am to know you, little bird.
Oh, you made me blush.
Okay, enough with the soppy stuff. And he just gives you one like kiss on the forehead before he like just nudges you forward. Let's get back. That hole was very uncomfortable.
I bet. How are your eyes?
Adjusting. And both you begin to tread through the snow, making fresh footprints. Is there anything you want to do with the Goliath and Orc, or?
Yeah, I suppose before, as we were just talking, I suppose I'll just throw their bodies into the hole.
Okay.
And then prestidigitation the blood and stuff away. So then it is just clear and empty there.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, just as you're talking, before he catches you in his arm, you just and drag the bodies in before you just lay out the blanket of prestidigitation arcane to just clean the snow to its gorgeous pearlescent white again.
Oh, as we were walking back then a bit, do you know what would be good?
What?
You need to, when they talk to you, just say those words again. I died, but I'm fine now. Don't let them think that you're fine.
Why would I do that?
Mess with them, of course.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Okay. And both of you trudge through the deep snow, finding your way back into Gerolf. And finding your way through. You notice that just before you get into the hovel, you look across the main courtyard that is just being loomed over by the large clock tower that you had just left. And you see the body of a youngish archer, about early 20s or so, maybe 19 or 20, just lying in the open street with a large gash from pretty much from nuts to navel.
Oh wait, is that not the one that I was out for that because I drained the guy, didn't I?
Actually, yes, ignore me. Yeah, you see the remnants. It's kind of been like dragged to the side, like where you left them. And still no one's really taken care of him, just left him out there as pretty much an example.
Yeah.
And you see Braum just look over. What happened to that one?
That was their leader's doing.
Oh.
He shot at the kid's daughter. Well, the guy's daughter.
Traitor.
Well, he had a chance to miss a target, but he hit it. So that's what happened.
And he looks so gaunt and skeletal. I imagine you stuck him.
Just a little squeeze.
Good. I'm glad you're staying healthy and fed.
Speaking of which, actually, I'm going to bring out one of the bottles and just down that.
Yeah.
Tossing the body. Brain. Hey, wish you had some of this, buddy.
One for you, pal.
This one's on you, I guess.
And you see Braum just smile at you as you do that. Oh, I have missed you. It's been the longest day and night of my life.
Right. Don't worry, we got plenty of food, drink, we can party. And then, I bet you've been storing up some stuff for me as well.
I've been storing up enough for you. Don't you worry. So, before we go in, as you kind of like begin to get to the side of that very well lit home, and you easily hear all the chattering and the drinks clinking, and the laughter. So, I remember my line that I'm saying, and we say that earthquake killed all of them.
Yeah, they broke through the wall collapsed. You know, they died.
Okay, got it. And at that point, Gerald, you step in through the doorway of this well-lit, very warm and cozy home. You see at the table, you see Maddie Mucker, Red, and Terra all coming to an agreement as Theron has just sat down, pulling his chair forward, and all leaning back, about to grab the ale in front. Or about to... Sorry, not the ale. We're past that shit. Yeah. The gorgeous frostbite fangs that have all been made by Theron and laid out. A couple left on the bar. And you step through, and everyone, your heads turn as you see the small figure of jet black feathers step through the doorway into the light. And you see Braum's head pop round. I died, but I'm fine now.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
We got you. You all suck.
And I just instantly pass him a frostbite fang. Get that down, you boy.
He grabs it. Hold on. And he just like side crab walks to the, like just with a one of these sort of small benches and couches just next to him.
Yeah.
Okay, rest easy, Pop Pop. And he just flings Pop Pop's body over one shoulder and very light. Yeah, it's not.
Like
it's definitely not light, but you just and just launches over like while hooking a leg, just so you see the body, just like fling off one shoulder and slam. You hear the wood just crack slightly underneath Pop Pop's weight.
Oh, he's gonna have a headache.
Well, if he wasn't dead before.
To all of us. And
All of us.
to Rayloff.
To Rayloff.
And the sacrifice.
To Rayloff.
Oh, that makes me feel less masculine, but tastes so good.
You'll see how much alcohol I put in it.
Give me a few more and I'll be able to tell. And
Yeah,
I
can do that.
And just as you go over to the bar and begin preparing a few more drinks, you see Braum just grab a chair and just slide it just behind you, Gerald, as you come up to the table. And
Thank you.
you're welcome. And then he just grabs a small stool and just ushers it just below him. And just as he's about to sit down, you hear Maddie, just as he's looking at both of you, just takes one sip of his drink. Now where the fuck are all my men? I sent 3 out with you. Where are they gone? They already done a runner. And just at that point, Braum just looks at him as he sits down comfortably and just adjusting himself. All of them are dead. I killed them. And takes a little sip of the drink. and you see
Running
Maddie.
up that. Yeah, but he didn't
Oh,
take
who's
the
a
news
geezer
of
now?
His cousin being dead very well. That and one of them jumped him, but the other one not.
Doesn't fucking bother me. I mean, let's face it, bunch of fucking cum stains anyway. I mean, they couldn't even fucking,
Speak, read, write.
yeah, those, you know. And, I mean, even if you gave them the simplest of fucking tasks, they just fucking stare at you. Like, I've told you exactly what to do. Fucking do it. Stop being a stupid, useless little cunt and move. So,
They fulfilled the use. They made a big hole.
well, that's probably the proudest moment in their entire fucking lives. So,
Don't sound like the kind of geezer you want.
you're still not really fully understanding that word, are you?
No. Well, I think you know. I like the word geezer.
You're a cute little
You'll have
cunt.
to
I'll give you
Tell
that.
me what it means.
So, what's this one's name? And you hear Braum, just like as he's looking around at all of you and making eye contact with everyone and kind of smiling and nodding until Maddie says this one. My name is Braum. I have a name, and when you want to ask a question, you ask my face. And
Here we go.
and you see Maddie. I'll speak however I want to fucking speak. Do you understand me, you little cunt?
And Theron will bring drinks and go in
And
between both
you,
of us.
and you see Braun just in that moment, you just hear his little stool
It's the other guy.
as he stands up and clutching this hammer that still has pretty much very wet and partly gelatinous blood across the broad great hammer.
Hey, guys, come on. Drink. Drink. Rayloff's dead. Let's celebrate his death.
I'll just like put my hand up. Bro, did you know this?
I did. And you see
Okay.
his arm pass just past your face, Tara,
Yeah.
and grab on to the side of Maddie's face.
Yeah.
And you see Maddie smirk as his face is being gripped, but then it's kind of like pulled slightly over the table, and you see his smirk just drop for a second. And you see Braun lean in. You're lucky this time. Do it again, and you will end up like your men. cunt. And he just like pushes his face back, and you see Maddie. Little fucking cunt, so will allow you. And he just leans over to Red and Tara, and pretty much all of you here. I'm gonna go get some fucking air. Bunch of fucking cunts.
Do you want this drink?
Yeah, I'll fucking take that. Whiny little cunt. And he begins to wander out of the doors, and you just see Braum just watch him, like mad dog him and stare at him as he walks out. And as soon as he's out of the doorway, did you see the look on his face? Oh,
Well, now I've got an erection.
Brian,
Me
do you want
too.
this other drink?
Thank
Right,
you.
here.
And he just grabs it. One more to Rayloff.
There's many more.
Rayloff.
To Rayloff.
And he slams it down.
For Geralt.
For Gareth, and as you notice, he's just shotgun that drink. He picks up half of an ale that someone left and just chugged that on that second cheer.
So, Gerald, I don't know if you might know anything about this, and I'll pull out the little gem with the rum in it, confused. I spotted this, and I'll put like my elbow on the desk to be like, look at this fucking thing.
I'll peer at it. We'll see. Like lean in and go
Yeah.
around.
You don't think this is why Rome is not moving?
Rome
It's
is fine.
Papa.
Rome is moving.
You were there, but you're okay.
He died.
You
I
died.
died.
I'm fine
But
now.
I'm fine now. Oh, I love it.
I'm so glad you're talking again.
Me too.
So, the problem is that if it is, I don't know how to get this into Pop-Pop.
Chuck it here. I'll have a look.
I ain't chucking nothing. I'll pass it over to you. And it means me getting up and giving it to you. I'm doing that. I don't know where the
Yeah.
fuck. I don't know
See,
what
if you
happens
want-
if I throw it.
Yeah, Theon's
Let's
just
have a look.
next to you at the table as he served all the drinks.
Yeah.
Theon,
Well,
you have a look. Can you? Well, first of all, with that perception check, you do see a very teeny tiny, minuscule pop just looking around.
I'll just tap it, see if he reacts first to the tapping from the outside.
You tap, and nothing. You just still see his face, just absent-mindedly looking around.
Okay,
Okay,
can I
sure.
make an art check?
Well, you need to tell me what you want to do, and then I'll give you the roll.
Maybe sense specifically what kind of magic it is.
Okay. Yes, of course. You can roll a Arcana check for me.
Survival check.
Yes. Make a medicine check.
Oh, natural 20. I'm not even joking.
No fucking way.
Nice.
I'm not even joking. Which
Okay.
makes it a +8, 28. Suck on that.
Holy shit.
Suck on those eggs.
Apple. I'm good, thanks.
I was hoping for something low in like +8 because it still
As
would
per
have done.
standards for Theron.
You learn that this little gem is the product of a pretty powerful magic spell. And you do, at least the first thing you begin to ascertain is the school of magic is necromantic.
Oh,
Well, guys, this is necromancy at its finest. Can I tell anything else?
You can tell that it is with a natural 20, yeah, I mean,
+8.
yeah, but for just barely under 30 at 28. Yeah, you would recognize this, at least as from tomes and theories and different arcane books that you've read, that this is very much akin to a spell that used to be used for the worst of the worst, the criminals that could never be corrected, the monsters that could never do right.
Oh, and
In
just
the-
hold them in as a prisoner.
In the Age of
Okay.
Arcanum, you remember reading in the Age of Arcanum, the punishment for when crimes became too great was to arcanely pull the soul out and extract it from the body, and to trap that soul in an object.
And give it to the victims of...
No, just
trap
to
'em.
seal it away. So,
Just for blame.
so
Yeah.
even if anyone were to find the body, there's no way of finding their soul.
Yeah.
And if they find the object with the soul in, there's very little chance they'll ever find the body either, as they used to keep them apart in just random locations.
Question. Just generally, would this item be used for what is it now? Like high-leveled wizards that go into necromancy. What's the name? Where they put their own soul in something, and then if their body dies, it doesn't matter because their soul's
Okay.
somewhere
like
else.
a phylactery.
Yeah, kind of thing.
No. This was only used. This was only
to
used
trap
to extract and trap someone's soul. It was never.
Oh.
It was never a fail-safe. If the
To reuse
body
it.
died, to have as a backup,
Yeah.
because the body was lifeless without the soul anyway.
So, no worse.
So, guys, this little beauty, I remember reading about it in some dusty tomes, imagine that.
See big. And yeah, this.
Yeah, it's about yay big.
It's this big.
As I'm shaking it.
You know this. Fucking proper. Grabs this going anyway.
Ooh, whoa.
You know this shit. Oh shit. Prop.
This little beauty here, basically it was to trap really bad criminals inside, suck out the soul, chuck it inside. To be honest, I don't fully know how to operate it, I'll be honest with you, but
But if you knew how to, if you knew what it does, what it's used for, surely.
yeah, because I read books.
So in that book that you read, is there a way to get him out?
Oh, and then let me use my infinite memory.
Oh, your infinite memory brought up that you knew what that item was.
Okay then, do I remember anything else? Just because Terra wants me to.
As I ask you, if I try to dispel the magic on the crystal, will his soul return?
Ah, that's a good question.
My thought was, in fact, meta-wise,
But
Theorem.
you might end up dispelling the actual magic around the actual thing and killing him. Who knows? I certainly don't.
is it only Theron that knows that his sister's got a gem in her that's being forced in, and or
Theron's
has Theron actually told us?
Theon's the only one who knows the
Okay.
in-depth details about it. You may have seen just like the little glint of red, but you wouldn't have been sure if it was like on skin or on clothes.
No problem. No worries. That's cool. That was my
Tara.
only question.
Tara, catch.
Yep.
No, I'm joking. I'm not going to throw it.
I will go for the and I'll pass it back. Do you know what it would have been called?
Terra, out of actual interest,
Ignore me entirely. No worries.
I know it's bad timing, but you know that all this darkness stuff.
Yeah, I'm getting used to it myself.
Oh, nice. I was just wondering if there's any, because you brought that guy back to life. I was figuring, do you have
Don't
any?
worry. I removed him.
And you see Braum's
No, I mean
face.
necromantic energy.
You see Braum's chin almost touching the table as he's looking up at you, Tara. Tara?
Oh shit, I forgot to mention something.
Hi.
Hello.
I'll think about it, and using one of my cheeky actions, which is confirm that it is an action. I think it is, though.
Terror, why don't you try attuning to it?
I would if I had any ones that I could add.
You just
Fine, I've got one slot left. I'll do it.
It is cool. I don't mind. I was gonna go find it. I was gonna go find a book. And I can do
know
that.
you-
Yeah, okay.
you
Change it. I'm gonna use my shape changer racial trait, and I'm going to just temporarily, just for Brom's sake, think, and you just see like my face start to mini boil as it's instead of because I'm going to turn back into my form of Tara as he's seen me. It's going to boil, but then expand and then shrink in that chunk, and it's going to like boil to the size of old Tara.
Oh, what's happening to you?
well, that was so horrifying, but so interesting at the same time.
I know. High five, buddy.
Tara, what happened to you?
I'm gonna like
What
pick
hasn't happened?
sweat out of me. I don't really know.
Basically, the evil that happened. I think something's happened. I don't think we've had a proper conversation about it yet.
No.
Can you change back
Yeah.
to what you look like now?
4 hours later.
And it's just going to re-boil.
Yeah.
Back to what?
And
Wow, that was a waste of
you see
time.
Tara's body and flesh and skin and face just all begin to like bubble and like almost as if there are beetles crawling around through her body before the color changes and she like settles back to
As this
the
is happening,
pale grey.
I'm automatically fixing up a frostbite fang when she finishes.
It's going to need
And
more of this.
You see Braum just looks you up and down and looks around. My. You are
How-
one
How big's Braum?
gorgeous shape changer.
Hey,
Is
I'm right
Braum
here.
quite? Is Braum quite?
I'm allowed
larger
to
than-
look. He's
It's
a
fine,
dwarf. He's about 4'2" or so.
Oh, okay. I won't be able to do that then. No worries.
I passed Tara the drink. You look exhausted from that.
It's not really exhausted. It's more. I can feel it.
Mm.
Guys, I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but we need to move this along. Where is that guard, actually?
You mean your favorite buddy?
No. A guard that I encountered the first time. He said he was going to get the fuck, I still can't say.
Apothecary.
Yes. And bring him to here. But it looks like we need something maybe magical with this gem. So.
Oh. Do you know what this gem's called, or what it was called? Back in
It's called a Gemma's Soul Trap. Why not?
Gem of Soldier.
As Tara asks,
That's definitely where it's called.
as Tara asks you, again because you got a 28, it's fucking frustrating when you roll the maximum. You do know that
Gem of Soul Harvest.
that what it is technically referred to as a magic jar.
It's. I haven't said it yet. Didn't write it down.
Typing. Your gods have told me.
Okay. It's not Soul Trap. It's called a magic jar.
Okay.
It basically just traps a person's soul within it.
No worries.
However, to get it out, I honestly don't know.
Well, the
Try-
thing is that we've
try-
got a massive library. That if you've read a book about it, sure, it's.
To be honest, I've got more. Fuck. You go search the library.
Yeah.
I-
Whereabouts did you find it in the first place? Just get me a bit quicker to get them.
I can't remember that far back, mate.
Thank you for not helping whatsoever. I will. I'll be back.
Everything's alphabetized. I can't even say that.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Thanks.
Have a look through. Don't
Awesome.
go into fiction.
Yeah, I'll try not to. That's
Can
probably
you-
where freaking geezer is.
Because I need to go to the castle and so. Oh well, we need sleep first.
Yeah, but this is going to have to take priority quite right now. So
Okay.
Also, while you're there, Piron, we need it.
Maybe the city needs it.
Well,
let-
yeah, but we need it.
Yeah.
At
Okay.
least so. Yeah.
One step at a time.
Yeah. I'm just saying while you're there.
Gerald,
No.
Yes.
Braun leans
Yeah.
into you. Have they become a couple? No. They argue more than my father and mother.
And as we're arguing, with me perception, you just see me like,
At this rate, he's a couple with everybody.
Well, it seems he's giving nobody any. They need some.
is Braun close to me as I'm saying this?
Yeah, he's across the table from me.
I'll just do that on his head.
And you just hear that.
Sure.
He did.
Sure, Braun.
He definitely
And I
needs
just
some.
I'll pass him 2 frostbite fangs. There you go.
And he just grabs one. Good luck to your night.
Alright, pass me the gem.
So Terra, are you going to the library now, or are we getting some sleep, or?
If we can go in the morning, I'll go in the morning. I do need some sleep.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
Shall I just try? I'm gonna whisper to this Brom as they're talking. Shall I just try and free him now?
Don't dispel it.
Yes, because while they're
I
arguing,
immediately-
there's nothing better to do.
But it's up to you. But if he dies because of you, and Braun kills you,
It'll be a swift death.
If we can generally use, I'm going to say there's a chance we can actually use that if needs be.
that's true. And remove him safely.
Well, it just means that if we encounter someone bad again, we can always try to, if we know more information about it.
This is talking about my pop-pop. We want him out.
Okay,
So-
I'll go to the library now.
Oh,
Hocus pocus magic begun, and I'm going to try cast a spell magic at 6th level.
okay.
Oh no.
So any 6th level spell will dissipate. If not, it's a DC of 10 plus the spell's level.
Okay.
So you're basically breaking a magic item.
You cast the
Taking off
spell,
the spell.
and you feel, as it's 6th level, that power just surge through you, and it kind of just makes you twitch slightly just as you cast it, and you see the magic over the gem.
Gerald, anything happened?
No. It still looks like a gem.
Braun, how's Pop Pops? Is he awake?
I don't know. Hey! Get up! No, he's still asleep.
Well done, Gerald.
I don't know. Did it even work?
Can you see him inside the gem?
And
Wait, he was inside there?
and you see, and he's still just looking around. At this point, Braum covers his mouth away from Terra and Theron and Red. Hey, Gerald,
Yes.
I was thinking, if it is a jar and something is stuck inside it, can I just try and do what I do when the jar is stuck?
Sure, go for it. But he is still in there.
And
Please.
you see Braum just grab the gem from you as he places it on the ground and goes to reach for
You
his
can't
hammer.
destroy a magic item.
And
Oh boy.
What are you doing?
it is fine. The jar is stuck.
But I'm fine now.
And he slams it down, and you hear just the slightest little as he pulls his hammer up, and you see just gem dust.
Well, we kinda hope souls aren't crushable.
Has that worked?
Well, should pop-ups again.
I'll go up to Pop and just sort of shake his body a bit.
You just see the body just.
Nope, we got nothing.
Oh well. Worth a try.
Oh wow.
So, what do we do now?
Well, it seems to me you've fucked things royally up.
How have I fucked things up? At least I wasn't sitting around thinking, let's go read more books.
Oh,
The
look
book
at-
that we knew the item for.
Oh,
we could have
look at me.
safely got rid of his soul.
Safely.
Look at me.
There was only
I
one way. It was a jar. The jar is stuck.
That's fine. That's fine. Let me go. Let me go ask. Boom! I'm gonna go right next to the
Pop,
dust. No, I'm just saying to
Yeah.
Brom,
Okay.
like, but looking at the dust. What else should we do? Nothing, because... What did you say? You're nothing!
And he just picks up his hammer again. Are you trying to make fun of me?
I'm trying to say that we would have done a better job than that.
You were doing no job. You were sitting around thinking about reading books, and where has it gotten anyone? Nowhere!
You're saying the whole town?
And just at that point, you hear, just from the side of you, and you see Pop's chest rise and drop and rise and drop, hyperventilating, as his arms just flail out and grab onto the sides of the small bench that he's been laid on.
Pop, stay dead. We're supposed to get again here soon.
I'll walk past Dara and just whisper.
Who did
I
you
think
say is
it's
dead?
David.
Trimbo is
I am
never
the-
dead.
I hand him a frostbite bang.
And he just goes to grab it, and you just see him weakly, like, grab nothing before he... fuck. And he just passes out.
Can someone heal him? Have we got anything?
Oh, I got it, I got it.
I think I've got one potion left. I'll shove it down his throat.
I'll cast
Yeah,
Cure
you
Wounds
just-
up next to him. then.
Okay, roll hit die, whole healing for Cure Wounds, and roll for the potion as well. They're on.
13.
What's a normal potion? Just
2d4 plus
what's
2.
2d4.
Terra.
I'm gonna
At
look
that,
at Brom.
at that moment, he's just holding his hammer to you, but looking over at Pop,
Yeah.
and then
I'm
just
gonna,
turns to you.
I'm gonna move his hammer away from my hand.
4 and a 3. 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well done.
You owe me
I'm
an
just
apology.
gonna walk away. I'm just gonna
And
go
just
grab
as
my
you start
drink.
walking away, you owe me an apology. Apologize! You owe me an apology! As you keep walking away.
Grab my
So
drink,
that's,
sit down.
so that's 7 points healing. And what's the cure wounds?
13.
Nice. Okay, so 20 altogether. And you see Pop. The skin begins to find his coloration again. That was previously a lot paler than his normal complexion. And you hear his breathing. Just like relax. You see he's still passed out right now, but breathing comfortably.
Yep.
And you see and Tara, as you walk away, you hear Red. The fuck are you going?
Gonna go anywhere that's got the drink so I can drink it.
Just what? Just a couple left.
I
on the
just
bar.
want, I just wanted it away from Brom
Yeah.
because I knew he was going to be angry.
Yeah. And just for a moment,
Take the
you
drink,
take.
kind of lean back.
Yeah, you lean back. You take a big swig, and as your face comes down, you see Red standing in front of you. And it kind of just scares you, like just for a second, as it's like nothing. She's there, and you just. Is someone a little
You okay?
Is someone a little embarrassed?
I'm not embarrassed.
Listen, just admit you were wrong. Just say sorry. Be the bigger woman. And
You knew why.
well, yeah, of course, but just
when you apologise and you pretend to be the bigger person, then we know as soon as he fucks up, we stab him in the back and tear his guts out.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna just like lean over and see if there's another drink on the bar.
There is one.
I'm gonna grab that one. I'm gonna walk back to Brom.
And you just see Braum is just sat there with his arms crossed, looking very proud at himself.
Get the ale.
Yes, sir.
Looking down at him. I'm sorry. You were right.
I'm sorry, what? What was that? My ears must have dirt in them. Try one more time.
I'm gonna go into his ear. You are dead. But you're okay now.
Love it.
And you just see that wide grin across his face. And just as you're about to lean away, he just grabs your face like just
Yeah.
and holds you there.
To stop me.
I died, but I'm fine now.
And he just gives you a little peck on the cheek and a little
Yeah.
tap on the other cheek as he lets go and grabs the drink.
I'll cheers with him if he does.
Yeah, you clink glasses. And
I'm still by Pop Pops, and I'm just like, have a rest now, Pop Pops. We'll talk when you're awake.
And you
Just
see his body's just you can tell even with his eyes closed he is exhausted.
Yeah.
Exhaustion +4.
Yeah. It's fifth exhaustion.
Right, at least Pop Pops is back.
Yeah.
And
No need to look in the library now.
At least we've moved along from that. Thanks,
Mhm.
Brian. Even though the process could have gone horribly wrong, only by luck did it go well. But thank you nevertheless.
Oh.
Right.
Um,
Right, are we going to sleep? We're going to sleep.
yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
Red. I'm gonna look.
And you
Oh.
you don't see her by the bar where you left her.
Does anyone know where Red is?
I can certainly try find out. And I just walk out.
I'll
You-
just get my stone.
Okay.
And I'll
Theron,
think really hard.
you just walk out. And Terra,
Hey, I'm gonna send a little message in the stone. Red, where have you gone? I was looking for you.
Oh shit, yeah, I didn't even walk out.
And then I'll just end it like that. I only need a small amount.
I'd say 20 seconds. Theron, in those 20 seconds, you just apparate as the snowy owl. And you're atop of the home and hovel.
Yeah.
And you're just looking around. And you find yourself fixated on the clock tower. You look up at the very top of the clock tower, and you see Olivia just standing on the very edge of the overhang, just arms to the side, looking down.
Fuck.
Or she'd.
I'll send the owl over there. Oh no,
What's it again?
actually, I'm going to just unwalk and I'm going to run straight for the tower. I'll barge past everyone.
Yeah,
I'll
you
just-
move a couple. Yeah, you just push a couple chairs and tables to the side as you. And you see Theron just jet out.
You okay?
At that point, Terra, you feel like a slight. As you look down,
Text message?
as you
What's
look
up?
down, and the stone
It's
is,
even flashing at me.
and then the blank stone is just holding this like solid glow, or this sort of like undulating green glow around it,
I'll think about Red.
and the message comes through the stone out to everyone who is around you.
Yeah.
Hey, don't worry about me. I'm with my dad, and we're just next to the keep, having a little bit of fun.
Okay.
So basically,
Put it into my pocket.
so basically that means they're nicking the money out the safe.
AKA, she and her dad is the one pushing Olivia off the tower. That's just a lie.
No,
No.
I think they go for the money first. I'll be honest.
Of course it would. That you should be getting.
But in that moment, Tara, is there anything you would like to do? Good.
I'll take it as she's safe. I know where about the keep is, so trust her will, and I'll be nice. I know it works, so I'm happy. I'm going to delay. Oh, well, no, because Theon's done a runner. It's going to be too far away. If I were to chase after Theon, would I be able to see him from when I jumped out the doors?
Yeah, I'd say it's a large open market and open courtyard to sprint across and you can find the direction where it's going.
I was going to say Theron isn't particularly athletic.
Okay, I will
He'll
actively
just
try
be
to
running
run
like-
for Theon.
He'll just be running like Phoebe out of Friends.
Yeah. Just like...
I'll run after him.
Okay, you bolt out Gerald. What are you doing? You just see Braun like relaxing in the chair and just watch the commotion as Theron and now Tara just hurled themselves out the door.
I'll say, I'm running after. I was going to say fucking Gerald then. I'm running after Theon.
Well, they can't get up to too much trouble.
No, there isn't enough of them.
Hey, wanna see the furthest person we can hit with these cards?
Only on the promise that before we do sleep, I show you just how much I've stored up.
Okay. You're on.
Deal. And you get the pack of cards out and both of you just like pass a couple to each other and just begin to and just begin flicking them and seeing out of all the wanderers who are passed out or asleep around you, who you can hit from your sleep position. We will come
You're
back to
like
that.
very nonchalant as well, so you're just sort of looking away as you sort of like
Yeah.
look away, so then it looks like you've just been enjoying your drink.
Alright, sounds good to me. We'll come back to that in a moment. Theron and Tara. Theron, you bolt out and you head straight to the key or the tower. You head straight right there. Beeline it.
Constantly keeping an eye on the top of the tower.
All
Where
right.
she is.
Roll a perception check with disadvantage for me as you continue to sprint and keep looking up every now and then. And Tara, you bolt out.
Oh.
You're about 20 feet behind Theron.
Cool. I will literally stick on, looking for Theron all the time, unless I see him actively looking away, and then I'll see if I can have a glimpse of what he's trying to look for. But I'm happy to not actively look for what he's looking at right now.
All right.
Just I'm aiming for Theron.
Yes.
13 plus 7 and a 19 plus 7.
No, it's okay.
So, yeah.
You see that the figure is still just standing there looking down. But you bolt and sprint and just you charge through the mostly broken door of the clock tower and begin to just sprint all the way up around the spiraling stairs. Your feet nearly catching each step as you and like you catch yourself sometimes as you like trip on a step, but use that as momentum as your hands go onto the other steps and push yourself back up and crawl up, and you sprint all the way to the top. And Tara, you're just about 5-10 feet behind.
No worries.
And Theron, you open the latch as you crawl straight through.
Go on, no.
Yeah.
Go, carry on. No, because I'm after Theron.
Okay. And instantly you hear the wind just blow past you, and you...
Sister, don't jump.
And you just see her back facing you, just arms down.
I can't lose you. Please.
Brother?
Yes, sister. And I make sure I'm in range for Featherfall just in case.
Did you ever listen to the professor? Remember when he said
Go on.
that death can be the very start of a new life?
Not if you're just fucking dead.
I wonder how true that might be.
I'm not gonna let you die.
Try.
I'll just run after.
And she just limply just falls forward. So I want you to make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage for me, as you launch yourself forward and try.
You know I'm going to fail. 10 plus 1. 19 plus 1, so 10 plus 1, so 11.
You can use my inspiration. I want you to grab.
Oh, actually, I've got my own inspiration that I haven't actually used for like a million episodes, so I'll use that.
No problem. Get my own.
12 plus 1.
You can use mine then, fuck it. You can do it.
Nice one. Oh, natural 20 plus 1.
We take those. We'll fucking take those.
Holy shit.
2 inspirations.
You sprint and you cover so much ground in so little time as you reach out, and just as her limb body is roughly coming about 80 degrees off the side, 70 degrees coming off, you miss with the first hand and with the second, and then you reach with both, and you just grab on to one shoulder and her waist on her clothes and yank her back with a thud. And she just lands on her back. Brother?
Have you satisfied your fucking curiosity?
I knew you cared for me, Wolf. And that is where we're going to stop and take a quick break and come back.
I really hope we don't battle because I've got like limited health.
And we will come back in just a little bit. But holy shit, what a good episode so far. Roller coaster of everything coming together and what to happen next. And when we come back, we'll see what happens with Olivia in this moment of distress. But
just go and get the shit slapped out of her.
But for everyone sticking around, thank you so much for watching so far. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have, and look forward to the Theron bitch slap that we all of us are. But we are going to go take a quick break and go use the bathroom. We'll get some snackies, so if you need to, please do the same, and we will see you back in just a short while.
Okay, welcome back. As we come back in, the Companions of Fate finally settling down, being reunited with the properly speaking Braum, and after a small argument as what to do with this gem that contained the small miniature Braum inside, pop inside, fuck me. Braum took it upon himself to just try to smash this gem, and with nothing happening for a moment, argument between and tension between Terra and Braum ensued before you see and heard Pop's chest begin to fly up and down as he panted. You, two of you, Theon and Gerald, you instantly went to go heal him and settled him. And as he's resting, Red disappeared to go to meet her father, and as Theon made his way out, you look up and you saw Olivia standing at that overhang. And as you got up there, worried for her sake, a few words pass both of you and she just falls. And you charge and cover ground and just barely are able to grab her and yank her back. And after a slight laugh and looks between both of you,
Sister, city, how? Tell me, how do I save you?
and she's just on her back. You don't save me, brother. You know that isn't your job.
So what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Let me go.
No. You're the one last piece of my life. I don't want to, let you go. At all.
Brother, there's nothing left for me here.
Then find something. The world's a big place, Olivia.
She's
It's bigger than
sits
you
up
know.
on the ground.
There's different multiverses out there. There's got to be something.
Father said one day I was born to rule.
I was actually going to leave the city in your stead. But guess what? Father's dead. It's up to you what you want to do with your life, but you're the one who's got to take those first steps and find something meaningful. I can only help you as much as I can, and I'm shit at this stuff.
Yeah, I know.
And you just see Olivia cock her head back to sort of side eye you, Tara. You know
I'll
my
take that as it.
favorite.
I'll back out.
You know what my favorite memory of Mother was before she got sick? When she called us to the kitchen to help her bake.
Yeah, those are good memories.
It doesn't matter.
Some of the few.
It just doesn't matter how much we mixed it, or you and me would take turns counting until it was done. It never turned out right. And we know that when we got upset, she told us to wait for another hour and she'd fix it. And I mean, we obviously knew that she did a new one from scratch.
Yeah, obviously. I didn't think it was magic at all.
No. That's one thing I want to do.
To bake?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. And she just reaches a hand out to you. And you help her stand her up, and she just like holds you close and just tightens in for a hug.
Sis, we'll get through this. Please, for the love of whatever god or patron you serve, I whisper, because of Tara. Please don't sacrifice yourself. You're way too precious. If anything, leave the sacrificing to me. Well, and I whisper again, and to Rayloff, obviously, because he's a nice.
That's funny. My god said the same.
Oh. Leave the sacrificing to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? He's got a point.
And she lets go of the hug, but still holds on to your hands. Thank you.
I swear to God, if you try die again,
Brother,
I'm gonna slap the shit out of you.
I wouldn't try anyway. Because next time I do it, you wouldn't be around and I'd succeed.
Oh, I swear to God.
But for now,
Let's bake.
I want to bake.
Okay, we can do that.
Just you and me.
Okay. Are we gonna stand here awkwardly, or are we gonna...
Now let's walk down. Come on.
Yeah.
It's cold up here anyway.
Hearing that, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
try and run as
Look
quickly as
down the
possible.
stairs.
Yeah.
yeah. The gentle pitter patter of the changeling's feet as they just
Tink.
all the way down.
We could... There's like an ear mark
Yeah.
of where the dust is gone from where somebody's been, you know.
And
Just round the corner.
both you, Olivia, head down to the bottom. Tara, where are you headed?
Just to be like, looking like I've just been outside waiting for ages.
Okay,
Just
roll,
waiting for them to come
roll
down.
a deception check for me.
Just being a nosy little bitch, yeah.
Oh, 16 with deception of +5, 21.
Okay. Alright. So, both of you head down, and Olivia doesn't really pay you any mind as she sees you, and you've just been waiting there, just in case.
I do a sea terror or not sea terror?
I'll say, you do see it, and Theron,
You'll see it,
to you as well, it seems like Tara had left a while ago, and left you and Olivia to that private conversation before heading down and just staying there for a good few minutes before you came down.
Okay. As I see her, I'll just use telepathy. I'll be like, thanks for having my back.
I'll just nod.
Oh, well, we're off to bake, even though I need fucking sleep. Still in telepathy mode. Don't forget to read that letter I give you. And I'll just walk off with love.
Alright.
I cannot recall generally.
Oh, I'll put it on the bar and I'll put it on the bar last episode and you picked it up.
Oh, okay, that's cool. My brain, as I'm walking back, I'll start reading it.
Okay. So, Theron, as you and Olivia begin to wander over to the keep, would you like to read out the contents of the letter as Tara reads it? Or would you like me
do
to?
I have to read?
If you don't
Yeah,
want to,
you
I
can.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm always rubbish at that kind of stuff.
You're boring. But it came
I
from
am.
you, from your heart.
Am I doing it in Theron's voice or just my own?
It's gotta be in
time.
Yeah.
I'll just do it in
End
my
of
own.
time, Master Arcanist.
Master of time. Time. Okay.
Fuck's sake.
Tara.
Actually, fucking...
Tara, as you stand at the very bottom of the clock tower after witnessing Theron nearly losing the last person that he loves,
Nearly.
You unfurl the letter, and in handwritten, cursive, common script, it reads, Dear Tara, I hope this letter finds you in a moment of solace amidst the challenges you face. I want you to know that even in the midst of your current struggle, there is inherent strength and resilience within you. It is through adversity that we often discover the true extent of our inner power. Though your light, once fueled by the presence of a god, has been stolen and replaced with darkness, remember that darkness itself is merely the absence of light. Embrace this moment as an opportunity for growth and transformation. The presence of darkness within you does not diminish the light that once shone so brightly. Instead, it becomes a chance to rise above the shadows and reclaim your inner radiance. Just as the night gives way to dawn, the darkness that now resides within you can be harnessed and transformed. In time, it may even become a catalyst for newfound strength and understanding. Remember, Tara, that your worth and potential extend far beyond the circumstances that currently consume you. You are not defined by the darkness that dwells within, but by the resilience and spirit that will guide you towards the light once more. Allow yourself to heal, seek allies who can support you on this journey, and believe in your capacity to transcend this temporary state. The very essence of your being, the strength of your character, and the memories of your once brilliant light will guide you towards a future where darkness holds no power over you. Wishing you resilience, hope, and the unwavering belief that you will emerge from this shadow stronger than ever before. With unwavering support, Theron.
And I'm off to bake a cake.
He just fucking like me.
You just see Theron shaking his head as he's walking off.
Tara's right.
If I read that quick for you to shake your head, Theron does like me.
Theron is...
No, he's just preempting.
Yeah. You see Theron just wander off with Olivia shaking his head, and it takes you a few minutes to get through the letter.
Yeah.
But is there anything you wish to do after reading that? Or anywhere you want to head to?
Fuck this, and I'm going to head back.
Okay.
I would have wanted to walk and read.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I want to do is fucking sleep.
Yeah.
And I definitely after that fucking run.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you begin to head back. Theron, as you and Olivia pass through the large courtyard, heading towards the keep, and just barely getting into the entrance.
I swear to God, if I see him
of the keep, you see one tall, dark trench coat just standing and looking down towards the ground, and you see a smaller hooded figure with the glimpses of the bright red hair just flicking out the sides, standing next to him, both looking down towards the ground.
I won't acknowledge him. I'll just.
And just as you do that, you hear these sounds. Bark! Bark!
What are they shouting? I can't even hear you.
You hear bark, bark. Before the taller figure, you just hear the voice. That's really not good enough, you little cunt. And just kicks someone or something in the ribs. Before you hear, and as they drop, you hear a clunk of metal on stone.
I'll just go. Sister, are we getting ourselves involved or just carrying on? We're here to bake, aren't we?
We're here to bake. But if you need to look after your friends, I can go get the ingredients ready.
I think it's safer if I just work with you. It's fine. They can take care of themselves, evidently.
Okay. And you begin walking, and as you begin to pass by the side of them, a good 40 feet away or so, you see Maddie and Red looking down, and you see the very wimpy form of Darius Princeton the Tough, with his ankles and knees bound, no armor trousers, no underwear, nothing on his lower half.
Is Darius looking in my direction at all?
At this point, just on the ground as his arms are bound behind his back, as the only thing that he still has on is the hulking brass plate that's too big for him. And you see just like a chuckle on Red's face as she's giggling.
I'll just turn around and stop.
And you,
I'm walking backwards. I'll be like,
and you just see Darius.
Who's your god now?
Get out.
oh, I'll use telepathy. I'm like, it's hello. Your justice has fucking failed you, son.
And just at that point, you hear him as he's about to go. He's, huh? And just as he screams out to help, you see Red just like push her boot just into his face, and you just hear the muffle. And you hear both Red and Maddie. Yeah, just stay there, you dog. Oh, silly little cunt. And you just hear Red.
I'll just turn round.
Little cunt.
Come on, sis. Let's go.
And you begin to head away with Olivia.
To be fair, he was a cunt.
I believe it. Let's go get the ingredients ready. I'm excited to bake again. And
so we can fail again? Come on, let's do this.
This time we get it right. And you head on in. And you go into the same larder and the same kitchen that you remember running into your mother and messing with things and basically just ruining everything she baked until she would use her magic. And an hour later, exactly what was promised was prepared and served. You find all the right
ingredients. Is it
ingredients.
pristine or
A little dusty.
prestidigitation? The whole thing.
And both you and Olivia begin preparing the ingredients and start to mix. Is there anything you want to do or talk about while you're baking, or just want to have this moment as it is?
Yeah, I'll just be like, so, sis, who is your patron? Do I know him?
I'm not sure. Are you looking to worship someone?
Not particularly. The only person I worship is me.
Yeah, you really haven't changed, brother.
I know. I kind of have. It's
But
more bravado than anything else.
out of everyone I've tried to worship and everything, the Great Old One has given me boons beyond my understanding.
Yeah, but the only problem with boons is they come at a cost eventually.
I know. It's a price I'm happy to pay.
Yeah, evidently. But anyway, what was the last memory of Mother? It's been so long.
Well, I just remember her getting us ready for breakfast, dressing the small end of the dining room table and placing all the cutlery down just in the exact spot, even though we just used one fork and one knife and one spoon.
Yeah.
But I don't remember her getting ill. Father told
Neither do
me,
I.
Father told me when when he did what he did to me, he told me that she was sick, and You would
It's
think.
okay. It's okay.
And she kind of nods and like leans into your hand on her shoulder. He told me that it was all my fault that she was sick.
I wouldn't listen to a word that asshole said. I thought he was a stand-up guy until everyone I met outside of Geralt before getting here told me otherwise.
I know.
It is possible that he was controlled by a parrot guy, but probably not.
The eyes I looked into through merciless beatings, they were not controlled.
It's fine. He's gone now.
And with that, celebration should come. And okay. What are your plans for our home? As you are the next rightful heir of Geralt.
Let's be honest. I'm more of a shitty scholar than a ruler. I was going to try and set up a council. Maybe. I don't know.
I assume you'll still go with your friends.
I was hoping so, but it depends on you.
Are you waiting to get your sister's permission?
No. I want to make sure you're all right before I carry on my journey.
Well, with some time, I'll be okay.
Time.
But
Yeah. But
this council sounds like a very good idea.
are you willing to help me set it up?
Set it up or be a part of it?
Baking cake.
What was that, sorry, Theron? Oh, we're frozen.
He's a bro.
Oh,
God's sake, Theron.
Okay, I will say just until he comes back. We're sorry for the issues. Currently having thunderstorms and stuff. Yeah, so fuck Theron, and we'll be back when everything's sorted out. Sorry about all that. Fuck Theron. But you just see as Olivia begins to mix the wet and the dry ingredients.
I'll use Mage Hand to. I can get my Mage Hands to stir it if you want.
Okay. As she just lets go of the bowl. And you then see, as you hear, you see one of her hands, just like the skin almost stretches off for a second before it forms this like corporeal, fleshy skin hand.
Oh.
And goes
Okay,
over and grabs another spoon. Or my hands can stir it if you like.
Okay.
And you just begin to see the hand and just go nuts like yours.
I like it.
Before you're sitting down.
Me too.
So what else needs to be done?
We finish mixing, then it goes into a bread tin and into the oven. While we're waiting, who do you suppose would be on this council?
That is the question. I don't really know anybody in the city, so I guess the first thing would be sending out guards to tell prominent folks in the city were important.
I'm not sure if there are many important people besides, well, the Lord. But it might turn out better if we have a council of normal folk from normal walks of life to govern this city.
Okay, yeah. Or maybe do you know how before, like, the town spread out beyond Geralt used to be connected to us? This used to be like the central hub for all the cities coming together.
Yeah.
Well, used to be. I was thinking of maybe getting riders out and getting them involved as well to get some kind of cohesive network.
We could do that. It might take some time for them to believe that we're new.
True.
And things won't happen like they did before.
Yeah. Trust is a thing, isn't it?
It's tricky. As she leans over, the mage hand just disappears as she takes the spoon out and just pours the mixture into a small bread tin.
I'll just use my pinky finger and I'll... What's it taste like?
Tastes very floury. And definitely
Does it taste like sort of like a cake mix?
It tastes more like stale, tangy bread mix.
It tastes a bit tangy.
Well, that's why I should wait until it's fresh out the oven.
Okay.
I'm not making cookies here. And she puts it in the oven and closes the door.
What kind of government do you see?
A fair one.
Okay.
One that isn't scared to make hard decisions, but can be gentle with everybody else in times of need and sorrow.
Would you be willing to take up the mantle? It'd give you something to do.
Well,
instead of being a negative Nelly.
I don't want to be a sole ruler, but if you want representation from our family on the council, then I'd most likely take that.
Well, we could be used as a figurehead and then just do what the council decides.
I agree.
Right then, we'll draw up a plan.
Okay.
But first, cake bread thing.
Cake bread.
Oven
thing.
time.
And then you both just sit down and just stare at the oven for a solid 40 minutes. Just in this peaceful, peaceful silence and comfort of being next to your sister again.
I'll just put my arm around and bring her close.
I don't know if you've always been this emotional, or you've just grown up to be a little bit of a pussy.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I like it, brother. And she just like snuggles in for a moment as both of you keep watching the oven.
It's what you get for emotional abandonment and spending 30 years away from Geralt and then coming back and find your dad's a murderous piece of shit who tortured his sister.
I agree, it's very nice spending time together again.
It is.
And you watch the oven for a little bit longer before Olivia leans forward and opens the door and takes out the tin, turning it upside down and knocking the bread out. And right in front of you,
I'm just inspecting it, so
it is. I'll tell you, it is absolute perfection. It is, the edges are perfectly squared off, proper right angles on all sides of this cuboid of bread.
It's looking good, sis.
It's got a nice, like, rounded, fluffy top.
It's looking good. Let's cut the fucker.
Okay, just... I really hope it isn't undercooked. And as she saws through it with a small knife, you hear just a distinct just...
Yeah. That's the sound I wanted to hear.
As one like clump of bread from the end just on its side, you feel on the inside, and it is perfectly dry and a little bit crispy on the outside. And as you take a bite, it is incredible. It's just a little sweet, but
not too sweet.
But not too sweet. Just a perfect, gorgeous loaf of bread.
You know what, sis? I think Mum would be proud.
It tastes the same as the way she used to make it.
Well done, sis. It was mainly you.
And your weird hand. And she just punched you in the arm.
Yeah, but mainly you. And I won't give up.
No. Seriously, brother. It was all
Yeah,
you.
I know what happened last time.
It hurts, doesn't it?
The thing is, if I go any further, your little thing will happen again.
No.
Okay. And I'll just do it again.
Okay. I give up. Dead on.
Yeah. To be honest, I already had one.
I was crossing my fingers.
And
she just claps you once more in the arm. Okay. Done?
I know, I can't move this arm to punch you.
Okay, me neither.
But I can move this one.
Ow!
Shall we call it truce now?
Yeah, we call it truce. And she just holds out a pinky. And
I'm fully expecting her to punch me at some point.
Just at that point, you see her just...
I'm too skinny for this shit.
You really need to get some more weight on you.
It's alright, I've got magic.
Wait. And she just like tears off like a good third of the loaf. Well, this is yours,
Thank you.
and the rest is mine. I am going to get to bed and read one of my books and enjoy my new fresh loaf. Shall I wait here and just wait on your arrival to see you in the morning? Or
It's
shall I
alright,
come see you?
I'm going to sleep in my bed. My old bed.
Okay. Well, good night.
Night, sis. And I'll just tap her on the arm but not punch.
Yeah, just you see her wince for a second before she relaxes.
I'll just be like, sorry, sis.
And you just see like a big smile across her face. And just as she gets to the edge of the doorway of the larder, she looks back at you. And brother,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not hurting.
she just holds up the third of the loaf of bread. I think I found my purpose.
Bakery? We can set up a shop.
And as she says that, she walks out with a smile on her face.
And I'll,
Work at Companions Essentials.
yeah, Companion's Bakery. I will use my last third level sending spell, and I will send it to Terracine as she was with us before, and I'll just be like,
Yeah, we've got back through them.
yeah. Basically,
That's a baked bread.
I'm just gonna be like, it's all right. I'm staying at the castle.
Yeah.
She's really good at baking, and I'm going to sleep.
My reply is going to be amazing. Amazing. Thank God. I'll see you tomorrow.
There we go.
Gerald and Tara, is there anything you want to do before you call it a night?
At the moment, Brom starts to make a move. Hold on.
Come on, is it not time to sleep yet?
It is indeed, but there is an entire royal bedchambers. Do you want to be here, or do you want a comfy bed?
Does it have 4 posts?
You'll have no posts when I'm through with you.
Let's go.
Are you coming to my place then?
Yes, very much.
Love it.
Okay. So both you and Braun begin to head out. And just as you're about to pass the keep, you see the similar visage of both Maddie and Red taking turns every now and then to kick this wimpy human man in a hulking breastplate as he tries to crawl on his chest and his knees before he's kicked over to the side. And you just hear that whimpering, that sobbing continue from him.
Oh god damn.
And as you're walking towards them and by, like, just again a solid 30-40 feet away, you just hear Braun. What are they doing over there?
Looks like they're just beating him.
Should we do something?
I suppose we should.
Fine.
I know.
You owe me big time for this. As he holds your hand and like just
You're not the
turns
only one
direction.
disciplined.
And you both begin to head over to Maddie and Red.
Oi, you two.
And you see Maddie turn around, and you see him has just pulled like a dagger out. What do you want?
Can't.
What's happening here?
Well, what's happening here is you mind your own fucking business. Move on.
No. You know, we can get along with one or two little quips, but what's this cunt even done?
And you hear Braum just lean in between both of you. My love, let me take this for one moment. And he stands as tall as he can, still nowhere near as tall as Maddie, even though he's not super tall. But he's looking up at him, and you just hear Braum say, "We have come here to do something." And he just hurls his foot and kicks the tied up man in the face so hard that his entire body just like that.
I suppose.
Anyway, I have done my thing. You take over now. And you hear Red constantly kind of like giggling and stifling a bit of laughter, looking at all this.
No. Has the cunt not suffered enough?
Well, I mean, we haven't even gotten close to cutting his balls off yet.
No. You can't cut what's not there.
You know what? You are one silver-tongued little cunt.
You know, I have my charm sometimes.
Then you want us to stop?
At least give him some respite.
Well,
It's no good just beating a dead horse, is it?
I mean, he's pretty fucking alive, ain't you? Ain't you? And you just hear the younger man. Yes. And Maddie just like turns to you. All right then, parrot thing. Just have a word over here.
I'll go with him.
And you take only like 3 steps away from Red and Braum, and he just leans into you. The thing is, me and my daughter were just walking around, and that stupid little prick decided that we were apparently murderers and that we had killed the fucking Lord. So it was all fine when I was telling him fuck off, but then as soon as the cunt drew his sword, what else am I to do?
I'd like to insight him, of course.
Roll an insight check for me.
He just says, "Howdy day, travels."
Right.
Oh, fuck, you got wait, guns.
8 plus 11, so 19.
He's lying, completely lying.
That's legit.
Well, how about this? You're not gonna tell me, but I'll set up a nice little fair thing. I give him one chance to run, and if Red catches him, he's free. You could do whatever you want.
Deal.
Okay, right. I am going to use mass healing word on him. And pump all 6 charges into the cunt.
Into the cunt. Alright,
Right.
so you roll for that for me.
Someone's been generous.
Or we're gonna go to sleep.
Well,
on this
I
then.
don't know he's an absolute twat, do I?
Theon
He's on
does
the
that.
more,
That's
he's on the
why
more
we
health than he actually
looked up.
started with.
4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, plus another 6 times 4, plus 24. So that's the 40.
Okay. You instantly see all of his wounds just almost like self-heal and all bruises or anything. Not that there was any cuts or anything, but the bruises just and fill out to the same complexion as his skin.
No. Get up. So,
What? What is your name?
my name is Gerald.
Gerald the Brave.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Don't thank me just yet. And just go to unbind him so he could actually like move.
Yeah.
Like with the claw just slice him. Now, what is your name, quickly?
Hold on.
Don't have all day. Like,
Darius.
right, Darius. Now, what you're gonna have to do is run away. And if that little girl catches you, I'm afraid there's not much more I can do for you.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds fair enough. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, it's the best I could do for you, because otherwise I'm going to probably get stabbed. So,
Thank you.
I wouldn't be standing here right now. Gotta move on.
Thank you. So
I'll
much.
give him inspiration.
All right. As you inspire him, and he turns around, he then faces both Red and mainly Maddie, and he stands up. Avast, criminal! The hand of justice shall find you one day.
What a way to waste time. 3,
And he just begins bolting.
1. Off you go, Red.
Fine. As you just bolts off after him,
He's got no
just
chance.
chasing him
That's
off into a back alley.
I mean, Gerald's giving the inspiration, so if he does roll, he might be able to re-roll. But
D10 if he wants that a bonus.
How much is
You won't
inspiration?
need this.
A D10.
It's going to use that now.
Swear rolls a 1.
Oh, wrong fucking die.
Hold on. Yeah.
Okay, rolled an 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Not bad. Well, if he's got off, I'll go to. Right. I feel a little better.
Wait,
I can
wait,
sleep.
hold on. Where the fuck are you two going now?
There are bedrooms.
I think I might just have a little wandering with you. Not up to the bedroom part. Just, so I can have a little walk around and
What? You were being very forward there.
I'm a lot more subtle than that.
Uh-huh.
And you hear Braun. Okay, is that enough talking? Can we go, please?
By the way, hope you got your lockpick with you. There's quite a few locked doors in there.
And you just hear Maddie. I got plenty of stuff. Good night.
Night.
And you say good night, but then Maddie kind of like is walking behind you, about 10 paces behind you, still just heading towards the keep.
Yeah. Well, we'll just head up. Of course, I know roughly where the most of the bedrooms are.
Well, you remember how to get there?
Yeah. I'll probably try and avoid Theron's bedroom.
Yeah. Well, the only other bedroom that's available that you know of is his mother and father's.
That's the one we're going to.
Okay. So remember, you had the study, parents' bedroom, gap across the wall in a big hallway going down, and then on this side, Theron's bedroom, Olivia's bedroom.
Okay.
Separate it.
That's right. So essentially, as believe, is it the west or east sort of side?
The parents' bedroom would be on
Yep.
the western side.
Okay, just stay out of the west rooms, alright?
Listen, I'm not gonna go fucking peeping on you. Whatever you want to do in your own time, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go have a look around.
If it sounds like screams of pain, it's not.
Well, that's an image I won't be getting out of my head for the rest of the fucking night. And as you veer off up to the stairs, you see Maddie just veer off down one of the long marble hallways.
Yeah, he's definitely going for the safe.
Ah, such a creep. Christ.
Yeah, see, if I ever get the excuse to smash his teeth in, I will.
I'll be doing.
Now, I have been in a hole in the dirt for a day. You have a lot of making up to do. As he just grabs you and hurls you onto the four-poster bed that is just this queen size.
Do I hear a commotion?
Right now, no.
Blood. That's all.
Not just yet. You might hear like a. Oh, that's it.
Because there's
You're
not supposed to be
almost
anybody
there.
here.
Well, either way.
Carry on.
Tally ho.
So,
Up on the morning.
is there anything anyone else would like to do before you call it a night?
No, let's sleep. Let's go.
I'm gonna
Let's
see if Red comes back. Gonna
Okay.
wait a bit. Maybe drink on my DOS for a little bit and think of Mogwan. Make sure he's all good and happy and stuff in my head. And then I'll wait in the area that we were all sat down in, and if needs be, I'll sleep there.
After I'd say a good 30 minutes and your eyes start feeling heavy, you hear the door as you see Red walk through, closing it, pulling a hood back. You would not believe what I just did.
What have you done? I know. Pat next to him.
And she just comes over and takes a seat and just with a heavy, well, a fairly light but heavy thud onto the chair. Well, get this. So, we found this guard who was wandering around, and he looked at me and he screamed the words criminal at me.
What?
Yeah. So, me and my dad got him, took his clothes off, tied him up, kicked him, made him bark like a dog, and was going to cut his balls off until Gerald and Braun came over and they stopped us.
What?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
But I did have a nice little run. Gerald gave him a chance to get away.
Yeah.
He didn't get away.
Right.
But yeah, so I left him in quite a state.
Did you use the old wood dagger?
I used plenty more than that.
Yeah, no, but like the main one.
The one that I used on the evil guy. No, I don't want to waste a good blade on whatever it was that I chased.
That's fair.
I mean, I tell you what, he was a fucking pathetic thing. He really was. He was like, imagine Theron, but the amount of cowardice like times 10.
That's a lot.
It's a fuck ton. It really is. And I thought, how can anyone actually be more of a cunt than Theron? And apparently so.
Whilst Theron's sleeping, his ears prick a little bit. Someone's talking about Theron.
So yeah, but
Stealth one.
yeah, well, okay.
Awesome. So I'm tired.
I'm really tired.
I can only think of around here. There's somewhere to sleep, but there's no way. I can sit. But
You know what'd
games.
be really, really cool?
Well,
The tower.
where Rayoff is?
He's just watching you.
I was thinking more, under the stars. Quiet.
No, that. Is there any kind of forest-based part out of Graldine, or is it a track to get there?
Well, you're not in Graldine,
Yeah,
but
fucking some shit place that Theron seems to really like it on.
Geralt.
Go off.
There's not really any woody parts. The best that you can remember seeing on the map
Mm-hmm.
is a slightly like wooded area just off to the western side of Geralt. It's very slight just before the mountains continue to wrap around.
Or you could climb the will tree.
That's kind of true.
And you do see Yggdrasil flourished fully. In the darkness, you still see the shimmers of green and fresh bark.
We'll go to underneath it where the base of the tree is, and we will lie and sleep there.
Okay. Bear in mind, you go up to the world tree, this sacred tree that has been, at least from what tales you've heard, the very seed was planted by the gods before the calamity and the divergence, and it has survived through thousands and thousands of years of destruction and pain and happiness and celebration. But you go up to it and you notice the roots that are slowly peeking out of the base of the tree. Each root is easily 8 or so times the size of you.
Nice.
Extremely thick, and just the mass of this tree is immense. But both of you find a nice little sort of like a nice little dip in the base.
Yeah.
That you can snuggle into, and you notice the stars through the clear night sky just begin to peek through the large branches and plumes of leaves that are held hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet above you.
I'm glad we can do this.
Me too. I'm glad you're not, metal anymore.
Well, there is still a part of me that actually misses it. I to a degree like what I may or may not be now, but I don't know. I feel like I started to slowly maybe get used to the feeling of just loss, then getting something back in return. This helped to a degree.
I want you to feel alive. Will you, and she kind of looks off sheepishly for a second. Will you let me try to make you feel alive?
What did you have in mind?
Okay. Lie back.
I'll lie back.
Close your eyes.
I'll close my eyes.
Breathe in.
Oh, chicka wow wow.
No.
Breathe in deep from your nose and breathe out with your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Do you smell all of the dirt in the tree?
Oh, yeah.
Weird, right?
Yeah. I'm used to it.
Now, just relax. And you hear some just some shuffling before you feel the warmth of Red's body lying right next to you. You kind of open one eye just to see what she's doing,
Yeah.
and you see her as you're lying back like this. She is just planted herself right by your side, lying on her back, looking up and looking over at you. And then she catches your eye open. Okay, close your eyes.
I'll close that eye.
And then you feel your arm being tugged slightly
Okay.
and your hand being opened as her fingers just gently begin to interlock with yours and tighten.
And then, I'll clench. And then it's I'm feeling that it's around.
And just as you close your eyes and you feel the warmth of Red's body next to you, finally offsetting that chilling cold inside you, just for a little while. And you feel this sensation of life flow through you with the touch of her hand.
I bet.
And you just hear her say, I'm really happy that I met you. Good night, Tara.
So, and I'll kind of clench a little harder on her hand.
Yeah, you feel her equally clench just for just one light pulse, just to squeeze and then relax, but still interlock.
Yeah. And I'll peek my eye, see if her eyes are closed.
They are.
And in a kind of sudden movement for her to not be able to react to a degree, I'm gonna give a kiss on the forehead, and then I'll go to sleep.
She hears the commotion. You don't feel her hand tense or anything. Her eyes stay closed, and you just hear a deep sigh. After you kiss her on the forehead and lean back, you just hear Red. And both of you drift off.
Mm-hmm.
Now, after a few gorgeous hours of slumber, all of you have completed a long rest, and you begin to rise with the morning sun as it's about 9 or 10 o'clock or so. The sun is brightly in the sky, but a few clouds just casting over.
Is there a button for a long rest? I've totally forgot.
Yeah,
It's right at the top. Next to where it says campaign.
I know, I was being facetious.
Amateur.
Dickhead.
Fucking, you know.
Fuck the run. Time. But Theron,
Theron gets up.
you get up and you immediately begin to hear this
Smell sex.
sound of just wood hitting the wall. And it's just a little down the hallway.
Firebolt ready. I'll bust through the door.
Gerald, answer me this one question completely honestly. Would you and
Yes.
Brom have locked the door?
No.
Theron, you slam open, and as you do, You see Gerald and Braun in the absolute heat of fiery animalistic sex on your mother and father's bed.
Oh, this is all kinds of fucking wrong.
What?
Jesus Christ.
If you're going to come in, at least join.
You'll just see me fireball like flickering like, and then just dissipate because I'm that disgusted I can't concentrate enough to hold the spell. I'm just like, oh, fuck's sake! And I'll just shut the door, and then I'll open it again. I'll make breakfast.
Have you never seen a dwarf and a Kenku fuck?
Have you ever used your own house to fucking?
And Gerald, you just see Braun just ponder off for a second.
Think about, we did fuck in that house before.
We did once. But it's Pop's house. Maybe he's onto something. Anyway, let's keep going. And Theon, you leave the door and you do just hear that return.
I'm gonna get a headache, I swear to God. And I'll just tap on my sister's room, hoping that she isn't dead.
You hear no response.
I'm coming in, and I'll open it.
The door's locked.
That's all I can do. Fuck. I'll bang on.
No answer.
Fuck's sake. I'll kick the door in.
Roll a
If I
strength check
can.
for me.
I was going to say, if I can. We all know I'm going to like rebound off it.
Definitely died with a loaf of bread.
7 + 1.
Okay.
I bounce off the door.
That wasn't the flower, that was the rat poison.
You go to kick, like full Sparta kick, and
the door shrugs me off.
You just hear, as you like run up and you just hear, and you feel your ankles popped.
Oh, wonderful. For fuck's sake. I'll try to look through the... Is there a keyhole or is it just...
Yeah.
I'll try to look through. Can I see anything?
Roll a perception check for me.
As I'm like... Fuck. Perception. 10 + 7.
Okay. You look through, and as you kind of pan your eyesight around from right to left, you notice that there is no one in there.
I'll go down to the kitchen just in case. But why would it be locked? Can I see the window from anywhere? From the
Not
lock,
from right
or
now.
Not
no,
really.
No.
Okay. I'll go downstairs. Actually, what I'll do is, I'll go downstairs towards the kitchen, see if she's cooking anything, just in case. But why would it be locked?
All right. You go downstairs to the kitchen and the larder, and in the kitchen, just on the countertop, of this large sort of steel island, you see a small piece of parchment that's folded up.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I've decided to kill myself.
I will burn it because I don't want to know the truth. I'll open it.
Okay. You see written, "Dear Wolf, I'm so sorry. But part of my purpose has meant that I must go out and find a suitable store to set up my bakery.
Oh,
I've just gone out for a little while. Don't try to go into my room. See you soon. Love, Olivia.
Thank God my ankle couldn't get through the fucking door. Ah, his heart's pounding.
I could see that being on the note, being completely full, and then like a turnaround.
Yeah. By the way, I'm
Because I
dead.
gotta go to get a big. I died on the way.
Theron will turn it just in case.
It's blank.
Oh, thank God. Right. I swear to God, if she doesn't come back, I'll fucking kill her again. So I'll just start cooking.
Okay.
So just some meats and whatever else.
Sure. You find plenty in the larder. Plenty of dried meats, plenty of fresh sausages, bacon, ribs, eggs.
I will also use a sending spell and send it to Terra. I'll just be like, do you want to come over my place for some breakfast? Hurry up, there's lots of meat.
If we are up in that moment,
I'll say, Terra, as you're gently opening
Falls
your
off the tree.
eyes, as you're gently opening your eyes, and you see the sun, the overcast sun, just gently flutter across your feet, and you turn to red, and she is still peacefully sound asleep, just slightly rousing. And just as you enjoy that moment, still holding hands, neither have left the other, and you just enjoy that peace and that gorgeous moment that you haven't had in years. And instantly what enters your head is Theon's
I
voice.
just see open eyes. Fuck. Theon.
No, Pete.
In reply, I fucking hate this Theon. Yes, I'll be back, thank you. Did you get any money?
Oh,
yeah. And I'll nicely,
I'm not wasting another sandwich.
mind interrupting, give Red a little shake. Red.
Good morning.
Morning. I've been told we can get some breakfast at the keep. Do you fancy it?
Yeah, okay. Do we really have to get up though?
I'm going to fireman lift it onto my shoulder.
Oh fuck! As she just
Yeah.
flops over.
You have 5 more minutes. And I'll walk us to the...
As she just buries
I'll walk us
her,
there.
she just buries her head into the back of your shoulder as you just very gently. You walk past a few of the alleyways along the main market square, and you notice that across this wooden board there's like freestanding, almost like a job board.
Yeah.
All the parchment has been taken off, but instead, with the morning light as it shines across, you see the form of a small wimpy little guard in an oversized tunic with no underwear, no trousers, just, widge out fluttering in the breeze, with dried tears down his cheeks, kind of half asleep, and they're like cloths wrapped around each wrist and have been nailed with wooden spikes into the job board to hold him up aloft slightly, still on his feet but just a little bit bow-legged and basically hanging off of these restraints. And he has a small sign around him that says, "We'll suck for money." And you just hear a very faint
This is the time.
Is it engraved or is it just written?
Oh, it's carved.
Oh, okay.
This is your chance to cock slap him right now.
No.
But well, Tao doesn't have a dick, maybe. But
Changeling.
you do. Yeah.
Now I do.
Let's go. But you do notice as like the wind kind of flutters a little bit, and he moves his shoulders and neck sometimes. You do see the back of the sign is just flat wood, no carvings or anything.
I'm gonna go closer to see if I can try to stealthily, even with the red on my shoulder.
Roll the stealth check with disadvantage for me.
Not gonna happen. Stealth. 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So you feel like you're stealthy, and you head up to this man. What would you like to do?
I would like to turn my head around. Is anyone able to see?
Right now, you do see about 5 or so people walking by and staring for a moment before going on with their business of the day.
Okay. I'm going to feel like there's too many people around for me to do anything. So I'm going to turn and keep going. But having that in mind, that someone's there pinned.
Okay. You do notice just as you kind of turn back as you begin to walk away, that the small group of 5 people are heading more towards the main market, and behind them is no one.
Okay. I will backtrack myself.
As soon as you know they're out of that area, you
Out of
quickly
that side.
spin on a heel and
Yeah. Look again.
no one.
I'm going to changeling form back, but into Darius Princeton, the tough,
Yeah.
to himself. But with armor that would look like he's wearing British trousers.
Yes.
And I'll give him a nudge with one hand. Nudge him again. I'll point at his sign. Never thought this would happen. Oh. How am I meant to do this now? Didn't think this would happen. Drops the coin in next to his head.
Please.
Dances down.
And he just starts sobbing and weeping. Just as you hear hero pose, as you drop the steel trousers.
Go on, peasant.
And you see him. Oh, no. I'm not doing that.
I'm gonna go a hand on shoulder. You will. I paid.
And he just starts crying before Red just goes, do it again.
I'm not here for a long time. Do it now.
Roll an intimidation check for me.
7 intimidation. 1 8. Pretty trash. Oh, because I'm gonna keep changing.
I'm not kidding. He rolled a fucking 3.
Yo.
Okay, well, in that moment as the sobbing and weeping continues, and people slowly begin to start passing by just before it happens, as he just rears down slightly and begins to gobble his own dick up.
Yes, like you do.
What is going on? What the...
Wow.
Red just giggles in the background until she has enough of it, just to the point where it's like, yeah, you might be getting a bit too much into it, and she begins to walk off for a bit, and eventually you catch her up, leaving Darius Prince and the Tough a little richer.
I'll push his head back, pull myself, my goals back up. Thank you, peasant.
Whatever you do, don't drop your form back to Terra. Everyone's watching you.
And you head proudly off towards the keep.
If anyone sees, I'll just be like, "Hello, Patreon."
And you notice that Red is staying definitely 15 to 20 feet ahead of you as you parade around. Good day. As you pass all of the peasants going around their normal folk day. And
if there is a side alley or somewhere darker, that's when I'll change back.
Yeah, you catch up just before the keep. After you finally pass the last kid who asks you for money and you call them a peasant and order them to be gone.
Or just to smooth on your side.
and you change your form back to that of terror, catching Red up right at the doors of the keep, and head on through, and the smells of breakfast meats and eggs and fresh bread begin to fill your nose. And
you know what? That was a funny sensation.
I can fucking imagine.
Yeah.
You didn't have to go all the way.
Well, it was all or nothing. In for a copper, in for a gold.
You fucking say that again? Fuck me. And she just continues on. And Theron, you hear the footfalls and the giggles of Terra and Red flutter through the doors.
Terra, do you want to go? Do you want to go see what the vault's like while we finish up here?
That would be really good. Where is
Theron? She's already emptied her vault, so she doesn't really need to look at any. It's fine.
Did I?
Why? What happened?
You doing it? Well,
it's all right. We can talk over breakfast. It's fine.
Oh
no, let's wait till after we've had breakfast.
I'll just tell him the direction of where the vault is.
Yeah. Tell her.
Tell her. Sorry. No, he's always changed.
Right.
Yeah.
Just as you are telling, Terra where the vault is and which hallways to go down, which stairs to avoid, which ones to go down, Gerald, you make your way down to the kitchen and the small like off-cut dining room just before the main large banquet hall of a dining room. And you see in that little off-cut just next to where Theron is cooking, Terra and Red has joined.
Oh, good morning. You two are looking slightly less dressed. Have fun as well?
Listen, just because you're all about the smut doesn't mean we have to be. We slept together and that's all.
Congratulations,
right, actually slept. Shut up.
Whatever you say.
Actually sleep? Oh, Lily.
I fucking hate you, bro.
I'm gonna spit in your fucking food.
It's okay, I can make more, Lady Lily.
He's a good little maid.
He is.
And you see just behind Gerald, making his way just barely around Gerald, you see Braum, the small dwarvish form, fully just buck-ass naked. Just just a plume of chest hair and an equally hairy back as his beard kind of intertwines with the hair on his chest as he just like walks around.
Well, morning.
Good morning.
At least you're not standing for attention, if you know what I mean.
Well, you saw enough of that last night, didn't you?
What, when I almost tried to firebolt you? Yeah.
And Braum just grabs like a small little apron and covers himself. Good morning, Tara. Red. Should we tell you about how perverted one of our allies is? The new Lord of Giroth is... What do the common folk call him, Gerald? Peeping something.
Yes, the Peeping Tom.
Peeping Tom.
Go on, please. Tell us more.
Go on, Theron. Admit to your crime.
What you on about? This is my fucking house. You came in here, you shagged, I heard a noise, I walked in. You didn't
You
even
walked
Imagine
in?
your parents having sex all the time.
Bloody
You just don't.
My
walk in on
parents
that.
are
That's
dead.
just wrong. That's even worse.
The worst part, though, was after he closed the door. Oh no, it wasn't the night. It was this morning. That's
This morning.
that is why my wounds are so fresh, and this traumatic event has haunted me so much.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. You know what made it worse,
And I'll just
Tara?
chuck him a plate. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
And he grabs it.
And carries on.
What made it worse is after he slammed the door shut, in disgust, about to vomit, he opened the door again to take a second look.
Well, let's be honest. Who wouldn't?
Well, I know, but he is
Well,
still a
that's
disgusting
just-
peeping Tom. I mean, the
No.
new Lord of Giroth is nothing more than a little pervert. Nice
And
sausages,
I'll
though.
I'll just do a little.
And you see
That's
Braun
just-
begin to inhale all of the little breakfast sausages.
Well, good sleep. Then.
Literally.
Is it a good sleep?
It is.
I don't
wonderful.
think
Whatever
they
you
could
ask.
sit with sleeping.
Oh,
Yeah.
Theron, if you plan to
I'm not
use...
watching the sheet.
No, but if you plan to use that bedchamber as your own from now on,
Nope.
you might
Nope,
need
not
to
anymore.
replace at least 3 of those posts. Sorry,
Nope. You're replacing him.
I'm not doing anything.
I think you are.
One more to break then. Thank you for your permission.
You might as well. Right then. Shall we get eating?
Yeah. I'm gonna
Red.
have a boat.
Red, where's your dad? Is he about?
I mean, he's probably somewhere, yeah?
Oh, okay. I was
don't-
going to invite him.
I don't know, I'm not his fucking keeper. What do you expect
Alright,
of me?
Red. I'll just chuck the plate after. Not literally, just.
Thank you. It better be fucking good.
Yeah.
So
It's
Red,
fucking free.
It's acceptable. It's not the best I've had, but you know, it'll do. Whatever.
so then, Red, did you catch the little wimp in the ill-fitting armor?
And her eyes just look
I'm just gonna chuckle.
look to you, Tara. Oh yeah. I got him.
You shouldn't have wasted his time taunting.
Well,
So,
At least-
what kind of justice did you
give him.
enact on him?
Well,
We made him look at Gerald and Ron like you did.
but then,
That's just.
well, I
disgusting.
mean,
That's a reward. What are you on about?
It is
well,
true.
there were definitely no rewards for this one. I don't really want to go into the specifics of it, but let's just say from now on, I think he'll put his mouth to a better use.
Yeah.
His breakfast is really good, though.
It's the only sausage on the plate.
And right there, as Red just tears into the one sausage on her plate, making full eyes at Tara. That is, we're going to end tonight's episode and come back next time to carry this on and to see it through. I'm especially excited to go down to the vaults.
And see that there's nothing there.
I don't
And
care.
especially with the see what Olivia thinks about everything moving forward and the council and everything else. But I want to say to you guys, it was a fucking awesome episode. Roller coaster like normal, fun, sad, distressful, really fucked up, then happy.
Yeah.
We love it all.
Fucking Theron.
Fuck Theron.
Fucking Theron being
time.
fuck.
But yes, to everyone who's stuck around, just to say again and to remind you, next week on the 19th we will not be playing another episode of the main campaign of the Clutches of Valdur, but we will be bringing you a really fun space theme one shot that has been deemed and titled Ahoy from the Great Beyond. Oh, sorry, from the Great Void. Fuck. That was supposed to sound so much cooler. But
You had one line.
yeah. But so we're excited for you to turn up for that. So we will leave it there and pick up the main campaign in a couple of weeks, and we will see you very shortly for the one shot. But with all that said and done, thank you very much for watching. It was a lot of fun, and we'll see you again next time.
Peace.